Okay, this is super exciting. Let's start off by building our first project. Ooh, Travelly it is called. So I just have my VS Code open here, and we're gonna break this into small segments, so it will be very easy for you to follow along. So the first thing that we're gonna have is, let's take a look. This is what we're gonna build. So it's kind of a traveling agency website. We're gonna put this together. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So it's gonna be a good practice using Flexbox and actually building out your first website. So hey, let's give it a shot. And now I'm gonna provide these images for you, but I'm gonna show you where I got them from, and also these logos and icons and everything. We're gonna put everything together, and also fonts, custom fonts here, and all of these good stuff. So don't worry, we're gonna cover all of these, and we're also gonna cover animations as well. So let's get started. Actually, let me show you the finished website here. So let me pull it up here really quick, and let me open it up. Let's go to localhost because I have it opened up here, and take a look. This is the finished product, and we also have these clouds animating here, so we're gonna take a look on how to do this as well. Take a look, that's so cool. And yeah, this is the finished product here, and obviously, of course, it's gonna be responsive. So if we resize this, as you can see, it's gonna behave nicely. Even these little boxes here are gonna auto resize. So everything is gonna work super nicely. Let's give a shot of this. Take a look. Perfect. So let's get going. Let's see how we can put this together. And by the way, for this, I'm gonna start using Firefox, because with Firefox, we will have some pretty cool tools here that we can check. And it's actually really awesome, the debugging and the developer tools that they provide. So I highly recommend for this one, and for the ones in the future, the next projects that we're going to build, is to use Firefox, because I find it so dev friendly and it's just so fun to use. So anyway, I'm going to leave this open here. Actually, I'm going to close this because we're going to start from scratch. So let's go up in our VS Code here. So as you can see, we have nothing. And let's start creating our project. So we're gonna go to open folder, and here, let me go back to desktop, and we're gonna go to projects. Where should I make this? All right, so that one is the finished one. Okay, I have the HTML CSS course here, so we're gonna click new folder, and this is gonna be called Travelly, with 2 L's. All right, let's select the folder. And for now, let's just set up the basic HTML structure and the head. So the meta tags and things of that sort. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click on the plus sign here, and we're gonna name our index.html. So index.html. All right, hit enter. And now we can actually generate that boilerplate, because we don't want to set this up all of our websites from scratch, because it takes a lot of time, and we already kind of covered the basics of it, what it is included there. So there's no point of writing everything out from scratch. So we can do Shift and 1, and that's going to give us the exclamation point, and we can hit Tab. So as you can see, that gives us the doc type, the language HTML here, the head and the body. Okay, so that's good. Now let's take a look at the other things that we kind of need. Okay, so we have our meta tag with the viewport. We have this with the IE Edge. What we need is the title. So let's rename this to Travelly. And we're gonna add a bar like this and say traveling agency. Perfect. Okay, another tag we're gonna include is the description meta tag. I'm gonna go up here just so I have all the metas up here. We're gonna say meta like that, and I'm gonna say name is equal to description. Okay, and the content. Now, I'm bad at adding these, but you can add whatever you want here. I'm gonna say Travelly is a travel agency website that helps you pick out your holiday vacation. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so that's one. And the other one that we're gonna need is the robots. So let's go down here and say meta, and we're gonna say name equal to robots. Okay, and the content is gonna be index and follow. Perfect. Okay, so we have that set up. Let's also add, let's actually open this up. We're not gonna see anything for now, but let's also add an icon up there in the corner. So to get the icons, you can just go to, you can just search icons. How did I search? There were just icons and you have this flat icon. So let's just get one from here. I think I got one with like a plane or something. I don't know. Let's, which one? Which one of these? Now you can make these custom, obviously. Religion, no, let's not, let's go here. I think I searched travel up here and I got something. Yeah, we can get this plane, that's fine. But you can go with anything. I'm gonna get the SVG, hit download here, free download. Perfect, and I'm gonna save it. Perfect, and I'm actually gonna create a folder here in our VS Code. And let's name this icons. Okay, I'm gonna navigate to where I downloaded my file. So let me go here really quickly and just drag it in. So I believe it's this one, airplane, SVG. Perfect. Let's close this up and drag this in here in the icons. And now what we can do is just say link tab. Okay, and here we can rename this to icon. And the href is gonna be icons airplane SVG. Hit save. And let's take a look. Look at that, we have our little plane. Super awesome. So we can close up this flat icon. And finally, let's also link up our style sheet. So we're gonna create a style.css. Okay. Here we're gonna remove the basic stylings. We can say margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. All right, so everything we did so far. And finally, we can also grab the HTML and change that to 16 point, the font size to 62.5%. All right, and then we are gonna add it down here. So we're gonna change H1, H2, H3, H4, and add default sizes to it. But this is just so, again, just to make it clear, so our rems are 10 pixels, so one rem is going to be 10 pixels. So I'm going to add a comment here just to make everything super clear. I'm going to add a comment that's going to say global styles. All right, so everything from up there to down here is going to be global styles. Okay, so that's one. Now let me kind of show you how I threw this thing together. So where did I get these images from? So I mostly used Pexels and a website called Unsplash. So these are great, great for images. This one, right? And we can also pick sizes, which is really awesome. And then Unsplash is kind of very similar. It's almost the same. Okay, so you can find a lot of great images. However, there's one here that is kind of separate. So as you can see, we have this city here, and as you can see, I can individually move the clouds and the city if I can find the city. Where are you, city? So is it this one? No, that's not the one. Anyway, but the city is actually cut out. All right, so it has nothing to do with this background. As you can see, this is totally separate from this. So basically what I did here was I composed multiple images together. And the way I did that was I searched up, for example, city, right? And I took the city and I cut it out. Now, what tool did I use to cut it out? Well, there's multiple ones. The most common that you're gonna find out there is Photoshop, so you can use that. What I use is something called Affinity Photo, which is a way cheaper alternative. If you want to give it a shot, you can, but in this case, I will provide you the images so you don't have to go pay anything. But they also have a free trial that you can try. But yeah, so I'm gonna give you that. There are some free tools out there, by the way, like GIMP. You can kind of do that, but it's a bit difficult with these free tools. But either Photoshop or Affinity Photo, you're going to be fine if you want to do a lot of photo modifications, because sometimes You might find pictures that are okay, but they don't go together with your website. But with a photo manipulation tool, it allows you to kind of compose your image together and get the look that you want. So in this case, I cut out the city, it was colored, I turned it black and white, then I added these clouds, which I found off Google. I took out the transparency, so it's only like this, right? You don't have any black background in it, and things of that sort. So I might do a whole course on that because it's a huge subject on web design and things of that sort, but I kind of want to give you a general coverage on what's happening here. Okay, so down here is just normal text and some icons. Here I use something called Font Awesome that we're going to take a look at in just a bit. Actually, we can download them. I'm going to provide them in the files, so you don't actually have to get them, but I'm going to show you quickly if you really want to get them or you want to change something. So we can go to fontawesome.com, click on Start for Free, and here we can just search for whatever we want. Up here in the corner, I can search for plain, for example, and hit search. All right, and it's going to give me all of these different things. So maybe I want this one. I can click on it, and then I can hit download here, hidden in the corner. Thank you, Font Awesome, for hiding the download button from me. Okay, so that's how you can get them, and then you can drop them in your projects, which I'm gonna do right now. Now, again, you're probably gonna have it already attached to this course, but let me quickly go and drop those in as well. So let's go here. And by the way, that's the exact place where I also got the social icons, so Twitter, Instagram, and all of those good stuff. So let me quickly copy those over right here. I'm gonna drag them and drop them in here. So airplane, bed, and then we have the social icons here. Okay, now don't worry about that because we're gonna add them eventually. Okay, so that's kind of the setup here. And I also attached the images. So you should get that as well with the building and the clouds and everything. All right, so I just have a folder image here. You can drag that in as well. All right, so let's take a look at them real quick. Okay, perfect. Let's close this up and we can get started. Let's see if we missed. Let's also link the style.css. Let's not forget about that. Link, not lim, link. There we go, style.css, and we are good to go. Okay, so see you in part 2 where we are actually gonna create the nav and this section here. So this whole first page. All right, catch you in the next one.